Morning, Red Key. It's Laura Pierson, and I'm here for Lead Connect Grow this morning. And I wanted to share with you a quote that I read and kind of some thoughts I had around it. The quote is, "I'm better off healed than I ever was unbroken." And I read that and it really struck me, this idea of going through something and coming out on the other side makes you so much better than if you didn't ever go through anything. And so I was thinking about the year we've just had, 2020, and I have read some things about being careful not to think that, okay, that's completely behind us, right? And we're headed into a new year. There are some things that are actually, my Mary said it best the other day. She said don't, it was New Year's Eve, and she said, don't think we're going to wake up tomorrow and everything's going to be different. And I thought, out of the mouth of babes, right? There's so many things. We're still wearing masks, we're still social distancing, we're still being careful and taking care of each other in that way. But it is an opportunity in January to look back on 2020 and to think about what are the things that we learned from that. What has the brokenness of 2020 and the healing that can come from that, how has that led us to be better than we ever would have been not having gone through it? And another thing I read was, what can you take from this year, from 2020, and what new seeds can you plant with it? So what can you take from what you've learned and make it grow something new in 2021? What has the brokenness and the challenge of 2020, what lessons have we learned from that we can use to plant seeds that will grow in 2021 into something new and beautiful that we never expected? And that led me to the thought process of one of the things for me is sleep. I feel like I have gotten so much more sleep this year, and I've said it before, but I know my kids are getting more sleep than they've ever gotten, and I know that is really, really good for them and good for their brains. And without all the changes that have been made in 2020 due to the pandemic, and without all the things that have been taken out of our lives, some of which we really are grieving, but other things that it's almost a blessing to be relieved of, right? And one of the things that's taken the place of that is sleep. So I'm thinking in terms of, how can I take the lessons that I've learned and the benefit that I've gotten from more sleep to ensure that I take better care of myself in 2021, including sleeping more and just realizing what a priority it is for us to get enough sleep. And I think as realtors, that's something that we have to really protect our time in that way, whether that means setting new standards for yourself and for your clients around when you're going to answer the phone and when you're willing to write contracts. You know, I've said this before too, but I've gotten to the place where I do not write contracts after 8 o'clock unless it's absolutely necessary. And I say to my clients, you know, I don't do my best work after 8 o'clock. My brain is tired. So because this is not urgent, I'm going to do it first thing in the morning, and that'll be better for both of us. So are there parameters that you need to put on your time so that you can protect your sleep? And then just one other thought I had about sleep is, and something I've been working on, is the idea of setting a time during the day for worrying. Like, I'm trying to remember what it's called, but it's like a scheduling the worry. I have it up in this article. Let me see if I can find it, because it was a really good deliberate worry So this idea of setting up a time for you to be deliberate about your worrying, so that when you get to bed, when you are laying in bed trying to go to sleep, or when you happen to wake up in the middle of the night, that your brain will not be in the same cycle of worry to interrupt sleep, because you've set aside some time for that. So I'm not going to go into all the steps of that. The idea of dedicated worry and the brain dump that goes with it, and the way of kind of problem solving through it. But that is something I would be happy to talk to you about if you would be interested in kind of discussing that, or walking through that a little bit more. So, all that to say, I feel like it was a little scattered today, but the idea is we are better off for what we've gone through, and what we can really do moving forward is decide what are the lessons that I've learned, and how can I turn that into seeds that I can plant to grow something beautiful in 2021. So I wish for all of you a wonderful day, and as always, if there's anything I can do to support you, please let me know.